they were in business, USAID wasn't spending American taxpayer funds only on foreigners, as many claim. 80% of the companies that had contracts with the agency were American. USAID was investing money back into the pockets of as many as 50,000 American contractors employed by universities, nonprofits, and aid organizations. This map will give you an idea of just how many American institutions were partnering with USAID before the cuts. From Columbia University's Research Center helping countries plan for climate change, to a partnership with the Coca-Cola Company improving access to water and sanitation services. USAID money funded American universities, businesses, and charities to the tune of $28 billion annually, only 0.7% of the total federal budget. That fed a multitude of programs aimed at promoting global health, democracy, and other foreign policy aims of the US. Because so much was affected, we can't cover it all in a single video. So we'll be focusing on the two most critical aspects of USAID: food and health. A huge USAID program, Food for Peace, bought surplus food from American farmers and delivered it to countries in need, benefiting over 4 billion hungry people worldwide since 1954. So when malnourished children received much-needed breakfasts in Afghanistan, or families in famine-prone Sudan lined up for a meal from an emergency kitchen, 41% of that food was sourced directly from American farmers who were paid about $2 billion annually. $2 billion bought everything from Iowa soybean oil to Oklahoma wheat, Kansas lentils, produce from Virginia, and Georgia peanut products, including a nutritional paste that's a powerhouse for fighting hunger. The products were then sent around the globe by USAID and its contractors. But by mid-February, just days after the cuts began, $489 million worth of food assistance and over 500,000 metric tons of American-grown food, already paid for by USAID, remained stranded in ports or in transit, with a significant portion at risk of spoiling. In Larned, Kansas, the Pawnee County Cooperative Association reportedly had 1.5 million bushels of sorghum, a key grain in cereals, in storage with no one to buy it. Port Houston had 235,000 tons of wheat stranded in warehouses, according to local sources, as well as 30,000 metric tons of cornmeal, pinto beans, lentils, rice, and vegetable oil. Similar issues reportedly impacted ports in Boston, Miami, Norfolk, Savannah, New York, Chicago, and Lake Charles. At ports in Kenya, nearly $200 million in emergency food aid remained undelivered. Contractors and local USAID staff responsible for getting the food, which had already been bought and paid for, from the Kenyan ports to the South Sudanese people, did not receive payment due to the USAID pause.